Hello and welcome to this session, The Unfolding of a Customer Journey. My name is Martin Clark and I'm responsible for Apteco GmbH here in Germany, and I'm supported today by my colleague Florian von Bracht, our pre-sales consultant. So let's start off by casting our mind back to how the customer journey used to be. So for example, let's say when you went to your local corner shop to buy your bread, as you came into the corner shop or store, the proprietor or owner may even greet you by name because they know you personally, and even before you've decided what you're going to buy yourself, perhaps they're reaching for that particular loaf of bread that you always buy, and they know that you prefer half a dozen of eggs rather than 12 eggs. So a very high level of customer experience, and we could certainly learn from that level of customer experience, and that's the challenge really for big brands nowadays to offer a similar highly personalized customer journey and experience. Of course, it was quite simple then because the number of customers you had was very limited and there was one channel, so you'd go to your store. So a very linear customer journey, but for many companies today, it is still a linear experience in the sense that you'll be sending out a campaign to a number of target groups, so segments, and each segment may receive one message via one channel. So in the past, maybe direct mail, and over the more recent years, email. Of course, that's now changed beyond recognition, and the customer journey is more likely to look something like this. Consumers or your customers are constantly changing devices as they go through their normal working days. So switching from phones to tablets to desktops, maybe interacting with your brand at different points throughout the day from home or work, and having different ways of interacting with you. And this, of course, throws up big challenges for us as marketers. The good news is this has been recognized. So senior level marketers, this is a study from 2015, recognized that to create a cohesive customer journey is absolutely critical, and also that marketing analytics as one of the tool sets is very important to, first of all, understanding the customer journey, and secondly, to optimize it. So let's have a look at the customer journey in a bit more detail. We've got two dimensions here, or two ways of looking at it. On the left-hand side, we have the touch points. So this is how your consumer or customer interacts with you across multiple touch points. And across the top, we've got a different view, which is maybe more the marketeer's view of how you move between marketing segments over time. So for example, you may acquire a prospect via Facebook who then signs up for your newsletter, then comes into the your online web shop, a purchase of something, eventually comes to your store if you're a multi-channel retailer, and hopefully goes on to buy multiple times, becomes a top customer, but at any point may become inactive, and hopefully you can reactivate them again. And of course this timeline continues, and that's all well and good if you have one customer, but if you have potentially thousands or millions of customers, each with their own customer journey, this can start to become very complicated, and that's where tools such as FastStats Discoverer and PeopleStage come into play. So on the left-hand side, we have FastStats PeopleStage, so this is more the campaign focus, and across the top we have FastStats Discoverer to help you analyze the movements across your segments over time, or to look at touch points from an analytical perspective. So it's showtime now, so we're going to show you a live scenario, and I'm just going to explain the scenario briefly, and then I'll hand over to my colleague who will show it to you live in Discoverer and PeopleStage. So this scenario is all about someone who's received an email, a new customer, and from that email there's a link to their web shop. So it starts off with this individual, Anna, let's call her, who's surfing on your online web shop, and she places something in her basket, but for whatever reason she doesn't check out. So it's maybe she's distracted, someone rings on the doorbell, or for some other reason. So the purchase is abandoned, or the order is abandoned, and that then becomes the trigger for our PeopleStage campaign to carry out a number of communications to Anna. So first of all, we send her a voucher in the post. So this is starting off with an offline mailing, so to speak, to entice her to visit her local store where she can redeem that voucher. In this case, we've got some iBeacons set up in the store, and we know that she's downloaded the app and she's got Bluetooth activated on her mobile phone. So as she comes into the store, she should receive a message, personalized message, and hopefully then go on to purchase a product in the store. And as a way of thank you, after she leaves the store, we would like to send her an email to first of all, thank her, but also to collect some more information about how her shopping experience was. And finally, we're going to wrap up with some analysis and discover using some of the data that's being generated along this or other customer journeys. So now it's time, camera, lights, action, and I'll now hand over to Florian to take you through the next part of the demonstration.
Okay, thank you, Martin. So my name is Florian, and I want to show you our scenario we built up for you. So here can you see we have built up a fictitious online web store. It's called Madison Island, and it's built on the base of a Magento web shop system. So this is a fully functional store we can use to shop for products. So this store will be our first part of the campaign. And just imagine we have a customer, let's call her Anne. So Anna is surfing now on that web shop. She's looking for some really nice products, and she's interested in jeans, for example. Has a look at the Tribeca skinny jeans, and let's see if we can put that product into the basket. So you can see now the product is now in the basket, and now the following happens. Anne gets distracted, and she is not able to fulfill to do the checkout, and is not able to finish the buying process. And that's the part where we want to have a small look at our PeopleStage campaign we prepared for you. And I will zoom into this. In the right top corner, you can see there are 3 people in the received welcome pool. So we've built up a welcome message that a few people got. That's 3 people. And we have now here another target group, another audience where we have live data trigger in. So that one reacts on abandoned baskets, and that is directly connected to our web tracking system, which is connected to our Magento web shop. So we have a whole campaign with a lot of live things, and the first part is to react on events that happen on our web shop. So you can see now the triggers are now beginning to run, and in a short moment this thing will run and uses our live data integration to react on abandoned baskets. So you can see the delivery already has taken place, and you can see on the right top corner we only have 2 people left, and Anne got to the left bottom corner. She is now there, and let's have a short look what she received. We wanted to send her a reactivation voucher. We want to send her 25% off on a favorite jeans through our letter shop. And just imagine we had a postman coming to Anne, knocking on her door. giving her a great voucher, giving her the 25% off on her favorite jeans. And I think that's a good reason to come to our store physically. So that is the next part of the campaign. I will zoom into this part, and we can see here we have Anne now here on the left-hand side, and we have some piece of technology in our physical web store. So we have a beacon which is done through my Raspberry Pi. So that's another piece of UK technology, and my Raspberry Pi is acting as a Bluetooth beacon which sends out permanently signals through Bluetooth low energy. So this is beginning to run now. I will show you my phone screen at the right hand side, and that's also a live thing. The beacon is sending out the signals. The smartphones can react on this via a web app or a wallet app, and can send signals to our PeopleStage server, which can react on that. And you can just see that live data has now taken place. We can see it. I will show you the message. Hi, Anne-Kathrin, your VIP assistant Eileen is now happy to welcome you. Have fun. And if we have a detailed look at the content step, we can see Anne got this message because she's already in the VIP group. And then we have a test group for presence, and she was not lucky enough to be in the first test group. She went into the second test group. This is the have fun part. So this one is to test if our presents are successful, and here you can see this delivery step uses our content from the content step. So this was live in the web shop. So just imagine you're entering the web store, and a few moments later you will get that personalized message that contains information not only from something in the app, it contains also information from the CRM and other systems. So if you use PeopleStage for that, you are totally flexible on that. So let's go to the next part, and I will show you that in a moment again. So she left the store, she bought something, she bought her favorite jeans. Eileen have given her what she wanted, her jeans, and we want to send her another message afterwards to see if she was happy enough on our store. So she will maybe tell her friends via Instagram or other different channels. So we can have a look at that again. Here is my smartphone, and we can have a look at my VIP folder, and we can see here a message I got earlier. Let's see if the other one will come through in a moment. But for example, here we can see the message, hi Anne-Kathrin, thank you very much. And here we're also offering her entrance to our Sky Lounge. So I think that's a really good example to offer her some exclusive things. Okay, so just to recap, we've seen a campaign with different live triggers, with different live data systems we connected to PeopleStage, so we are able to react on many events that are happening in the real world. And I mean, that was only with Anne, only with one person, but imagine that picture that Martin showed you earlier. The plan should be to have a campaign in the size of this. So you have thousands of people in the different parts of the campaign, and you can create different customer journeys. Great, there it is, and we can have a detailed look at that email, and you can see that's the same email we got before. Okay, great. So let's have a brief look at the customer journeys and how they can be shown in Discoverer. So this is a system which is also the base for our PeopleStage campaign, and we created here a separate activities table. So if someone comes in or touches a touch point, so either it's a reaction on something, or if our tracking or login was, for example, or recognized that person, this is an event, and those events are tracked in the activities table. And here you can, for example, you can see how different events are connected together. So we have that great tree map, and we can see, for example, how Facebook is connected with buys, and for example, SEA has a much higher connection to the buys, and if you have a look at the buy, you can see also the connections to other channels. But that is only a two-dimensional view of all your events. So we have another great visualization. We have created a tree map, and in that tree map you can see different things. So you can see just in the middle we have 3 different events that can happen. So from right to left you can see we have a buying event. For example, we can see if someone used a mail voucher, and for example from perspective of time, if someone was did a click prior to that. So we connected different events to one event, that's a buy event, and surrounded by that we can see the customer group before that customer journey, before touching those different touch points, and we can see the customer segment after the order. And you can see it, this chart is called How to Become a VIP. I filtered that on the VIPs, and on the right hand side you can see the values behind the different customer journeys. And this is a good visualization because that shows you the customer journeys you should concentrate on. And normally we would use the segmentation tool for this kind of visualization, but segmentation tool shows absolute time, and we wanted to see the way through different events. So what was the buy event, what happened prior to that buying event, what happened prior to that event, and this could be done through a tree, but in future this should be also possible in the segmentation tool out of the box. Here you can see another example, and this is a chart where you should start with. So just pick out the most happened events, put them together in a Venn diagram, and you can see the different connections between those events. And the important thing is with a Venn diagram, you cannot see. You don't have a two-dimensional view of all the connections. You can see if only one event happened, or you can see if 2 events belong together, or 3 or 4, up to 5 events that belong together. But the Venn diagram is a very nice thing to see because you can see also the values of the different cells, and you can see if 1, 2, 3, or 4 events happened before person bought something. And just remember, I've showed you the events prior to a buying event, but this could also be other events that can happen and satisfy your customer. So this is the end of my part. I wanted to show you in this live demo scenario, and now I will hand over to Martin, and thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Florian. So that's the end of the live demo. Just to recap what we saw, everything was live in the cloud. We saw a scenario whereby Anna abandoned her order online. She was distracted for whatever reason. She didn't check out, and that was the trigger for our whole PeopleStage campaign. So we decided to send her, in this case, a voucher coupon in the post, so 25% off her favorite jeans, and she was then enticed or encouraged to visit her local store. So she downloaded our company app. She had Bluetooth activated on her mobile. She visited the store, and due to the iBeacons that we'd set up in our fictitious store, we were able to recognize her entering the store, and based on that send her a personalized message. So that was another event trigger, and she, in this case, she was assigned her own personal shopper, Eileen, who helped her choose some products which she then purchased. And we had an additional event trigger here. So at the point of sale, as the sale was concluded, the purchase took place, we were then able to recognize that she'd left the store, and probably with some time delay, we would actually send out an email maybe a few hours after she's left the store, or she's had a chance to try on her new jeans, to thank her for the purchase and maybe to ask her for a survey. But that's what you saw live just now. And then Florian also showed you how this wealth of data that's generated can be used to analyze the customer journey. So we could have shown you the segmentation tool, which would be more about showing the movement of people between segments over time. So that's in absolute time, so relating to specific points in time. What we showed you today was using that data in FastStats to look at relative time. In other words, to look at what were the touch points that led up to a purchase, and what was the most common sequence of touch points, what was the customer segment in which customer segment was the customer before and after the purchase. And that sort of information is obviously very, very helpful to help you design and to optimize your customer journeys over time. So just to wrap up our session today, we don't want to trivialize the complexity of customer journeys. Some recent research has come out to show that the integration of technology platforms continues to be a major challenge. Only 25% of companies across Europe have a consistent single view of their customers. Only 12% are able to bring together online and offline data, so there are challenges around data protection, technical challenges, but it is critical to overcome these barriers of managing your data in channel silos if you're to really create a coherent customer journey, which is what customers demand and need. That will really remain the major challenge for us over the coming years, is to manage the complexity of customer journeys, which is likely to increase with more mobile usage or more mobile devices being used to interact with your brand. And but what we've shown you today is hopefully a helpful tool set. So using PeopleStage to manage the customer journey, to model a customer journey, a typical customer journey. So there'll be many customer journeys that your customers make with you, and what you need to do is pick the most common journeys and develop campaigns that track those journeys. And finally, we've shown you how the wealth of data that's created by PeopleStage and your interactions with your customers can be used for analysis purposes and to optimize and enhance the customer journey as you progress. So I'd like to thank you at that point for your attention, your interest in the customer journey, and we hope that your customer journey has a happy end for both you and your customers. Thank you.